All right, welcome. We are here for the pregame of Fargo Davies and Sheyenne Mustangs. It's the junior varsity game. Junior varsity game brought to you by Challenge Nutrition, as well as some Davies parents, is what they told me to say on the air. And we certainly appreciate the support of Challenge Nutrition and Davies parents. Challenge Nutrition also hopping on for the remainder of the varsity games that we have for you this year. Fargo Davies will be in the home whites, and Sheyenne will be in the blue with orange numbers. And let's get the can you go down and get me another roster? I'll run the camera. Yep. Just a regular one like this? And the one thing I forgot to do was turn on our scoreboard here, so you won't see any scoreboard action for a few seconds, and that's a good thing because apparently they had a issue with the jump ball, so that gives me a couple extra seconds to get that rolling. All right, so until our camera person returns, I'm running the scoreboard, the camera, and the play-by-play. So just an FYI on that there. Near side here, that is Latrell Davis with the basketball. Davis will back up. Near side, Carter Hills. Hills gets it into the hands. I believe that's Savage when it is. And Savage inside, can't get it to go. Underneath there, that is Jacob Prudhomme. And that one will not go. Rebound brought down by the Mustangs. Gage Anderson, number 4, with the basketball, works it down low. Shot is up, won't go. Rebound underneath is up and in. The bucket there by Barika Pinu. And West Fargo, Sheyenne up 2-0 here in the junior varsity game. Let's switch that to first half for you instead of pregame. There we go. So Pinu will get the ball back and put up a long 3. Off the front of the rim, won't go. Carter Hills pulls down the rebound. Savage with a 3. In and out, won't go. Rebound gets out to Moschenbacher here on the near wing. Moschenbacher dribbles into the paint. Hills out in the corner for 3. Got it! 3-2. Pinu at the top of the key here. Hands it off to Dominic Dossman. Dossman down to the baseline. That one will go out of bounds. Last touch there by Fargo Davies, Jacob Prudhomme. And tell you what, we are going to turn the clock off here because I can't do it all, unfortunately. I'll give you audio cues of how much time is remaining here on the JV game. That is a promise. Dossman down below, and that's taken away. Hills, now Latrell Davis. Davis dribbles into the lane and got by all the defenders. 5-2 lead for the Eagles. 15:35 and counting to go here in the first half. 3 on the way. That one's in. Now we're knotted up at 5. 3 out of the hands of Michael Nile. Carter Hills with the basketball, gets it to Davis. Davis at the top of the key for Moschenbacher near wing. 10 on the shot clock. Moschenbacher from the paint, drops it in. Pressure here from Savage, and now a foul in the backcourt on Savage. Both teams have a foul apiece now. Three on the way. That one is snagged out of the air by Prudhomme. We're on the far wing. That is Carter Hills driving into the bucket count. That's the question. I think it may have. No adjustment on the scoreboard yet. Savage works it up top. Our cameraman has returned. Another whistle. There's a team foul for the Mustangs. They forgot to start the clock in the gym here, but it's at 14:17 and counting. And tell you what, now we'll turn the clock back on because I'm able to control the clock, so. That shot is up and in. Two more for Davies, 9-5, 4-point lead, 13:55 and counting to go here in the first half of play of the junior varsity game. Coverage brought to you by Challenge Nutrition as well. As Davies family inbounds pass comes in near side here for Pinu. Pinu still with the ball here. He'll get the screen, drive into the paint towards the hoop. Shot is up, won't go. Prudhomme gets the rebound, gets into the hands of Carter Hills. Hills gets it up court there for Davis. Davis picks up his dribble, gets it to Maschenbacher. Maschenbacher back to Davis. 22 on the shot clock. Davis drives into the paint, spinning around and staying on his pivot foot and gets it up and in. Nice shot there by Latrell Davis. 11-5, 13-14 and counting to go here in the first half of play. Apologize, and hit the cough button there. Near corner three on the way. That one's off the side of the backboard, won't go. Offensive rebound goes into the hands of Dossman. Dossman can't get the shot to go, and Prudhomme pulls down the rebound, gives it to Maschenbacher. Maschenbacher had a poke from behind, and now back the other way. It's a one-on-one. He'll power his way to the hoop. Carter Hills will put enough pressure on him, make sure that shot doesn't go in. Savage pulls down the rebound. Hills gets the ball back. Maschenbacher with the bucket. And a timeout on the floor. We'll be back after this. Challenge Nutrition South Fargo is your one-stop shop for healthy energy and nutrition. Stop in and try one of the many teas or shakes on the menu. With over 80 different varieties, you are guaranteed to find multiple favorites that will quench your thirst. Also, ask about the different liftoffs. They'll give you that unique and exact extra boost that you need for your day. Visit Challenge Nutrition today, 5050 Timber Parkway, Suite 106 in South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition, nutrition for the win. All right, welcome back. 13-5 in favor of Fargo Davies. 12:28 to go. Once again, if I say the time, it doesn't match up on your screen. What I say is correct. We are trying the clock here. We've done it for about 3 or 4 games now. We're committing to it for a handful of games. Hoping that we can get used to starting and stopping it. And then as long as it's within a couple seconds, I guess I'd be okay with that. Pinu and a whistle, and there's a foul away from the ball inside the lane. I believe it might be on Davis. Both teams have 3 fouls now. And it is the second on Davis. Moschenbacher will grab the loose ball off the rebound and bring it back the other way. Savage shot off the front of the rim, battle for the rebound, ball gets slapped out of bounds and it'll go back to the Mustangs. .11:45 to go. We'll leave our clock stop for the moment. With the basketball there is Gage Anderson, now Pinu. Pinu will get a screen and he'll get a wide open three, and that one will bounce off the rim, won't go. Power rebound underneath, and now a whistle will stop the clock with 11:26 to go. Once again, the girls' varsity game coming up after this one, as well as the boys' varsity game at approximately 7:30 this evening. Shot is up, three-pointers up and in. That is Gage Anderson with the triple. 11:15 and counting to go now. Savage here on the near wing, dribbles into the paint, pops it back out. Mitzel with the shot, a little bit off the mark to the left side of the rim, and the Gage Anderson will get the rebound. He'll fire it up court, pulls up for three, got it! 13-11. 10:50 and counting to go. Nice pass from Moschenbacher down low there for Savage to get the bucket up and in. They extends the Eagles' lead to 4, 15-11. Lob pass down low, and the shot's up and in. I believe that is Aiden James. No, check that, Michael Nile. I got the 2 and the 3 kind of looking the same from up here, and that's okay. We'll figure it out. Savage drives into the paint, and that one will not go. Back the other way here, that is Michael Nile with the basketball. Nile puts it into the corner here for Pinu. Pinu traveled as he tried to pass the ball into the corner along the baseline there. Turnover for the Mustangs, back to the Eagles, trailing by 2, 15-13. And a timeout on the floor with 9:49 to go. We'll take another timeout and be back after this. Challenge Nutrition in South Fargo is your one-stop shop for healthy energy and nutrition. Stop in and try one of the many teas or shakes on the menu. With over 80 different varieties, you're guaranteed to find multiple favorites that will quench your thirst. Also, ask about the different liftoffs. They'll give you that unique and exact extra boost that you need for your day. Visit Challenge Nutrition today, 5050 Timber Parkway, Suite 106 in South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition, nutrition for the win. All right, 15-13. Eagles lead by 2 here in the boys' junior varsity game. Shot is up, won't go. Rebound goes down into the hands of Ben Manson, number 14 there for the Mustangs, and he'll flip it into the Pinu's hands, his teammate. Shot a little bit off. Mitzel pulls down the rebound for Davies. Moschenbacher into the lane, kicks it outside. 3 on the way, and it's in. Mitzel with the triple from the far corner, and it's 18-13, 9:15 and counting to go here in the first half. Three on the way, and that one's banked off the left side of the rim, and he'll get his own rebound there. That's Michael Nile. And now another three, misses everything out of bounds. Turnover back to Fargo Davies. Two more for Davies. 7-point lead now with 8:37 to go. Outside, wide open, three on the way, missed it. Offensive rebound. Mustangs maintain possession as they get it back to Binu. Binu will dribble over to the near wing and pull up for three. Had a little bit more arc and distance on that one. He was swished it. And a timeout on the floor with 7:33 and counting. The clock has not stopped yet. They stopped the clock now at 7:27. Should be at 7:33. I don't think they'll make an adjustment, but. All right, we are back. Had to plug in the laptop there because we forgot to do that. Three up and in there. That was, let's check it out, Dominic Dossman with the triple. Savage into the paint. He got that one to fall in. Nice job there by Brady Savage. Really picked up his play in this game compared to the last couple games that I've seen him play. We did that junior varsity game in Valley City, and then we also have seen him play in a couple of varsity games. And he's doing really, really well in this one. There's another really, really well shot from the far side for Sheyenne. That one came off the hands of Hayden Seville, a 6'1 junior. 24-19. 6:25 and counting to go. The clock's about 10 seconds off. We'll get that caught up momentarily here. Carter Hills pops it out far side and drawn a blank. That's Ryan Drummond, number 13 for Fargo Davies. And now back the other way and blocked out of bounds. He'll stay with the Mustangs, at least I believe it will. So the clock stops at 6:05. We'll tick ours down to about 6:05. Okay. And then we'll start it next time the clock starts. So. Gage Anderson with the basketball. He drives into the paint, weaves through defenders, drops it in. Nice job there by Gage Anderson. And that pulls the Mustangs within three with just under 6 to go here in the first half of play. Shot from the free throw line, a little off. That was from Drummond. Sheyenne can tie here if they can bury a triple. And he's going to try for the tie, and he is not going to get it this time around, as Prudhomme will get the ball out to Savage off the rebound, as Savage brings it over the timeline with 5:25 to go here in the first half of play. Savage gets it back, fires it over to Maschenbacher. 10 on the shot clock. Maschenbacher puts the ball to the floor, dribbles down the near side of the lane, and he will get fouled. That'll stop the clock. First trip to the free throw line here. And that one's up and in. Second one's in as well. 26-21, Eagles lead back up to 5. With the basketball is Brady Lambert. Lambert will get it to Anderson. Anderson with a bounce pass and gets it right back. I think he may have wanted a 3, but his teammate was in the way at the moment. Fired over, far side, worked the ball around. Some quick ball movement here by the Mustangs, and a long 3 on the way, and that one had an opportunity to go in, but it bounced off the rim. Now Savage fires it up top for Maschenbacher. Maschenbacher will go through the lane, to the hoop and off the glass and in. Nice job there by Ian Maschenbacher. 4:19 and counting to go here in the first half. There's into the hands there, Lambert. Lambert now to Gage Anderson. Anderson will get a screen and put up the 3 and bury it. Nice shot there by Gage Anderson. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the first half of play. And the Mustangs hanging around. 28-24. Nice pass there, down low from Savage to Prudhomme off the glass, up and in. 2 more points there for Fargo Davies. 30-24 with 3:37 to go here in the first half of play. Free throw line jumpers up and in. Back and forth we go. From a 6-point game to a 4-point game, and we'll see if the Mustangs can get a turnover here and maybe chip away at that deficit a little bit more. Prudhomme gets it to Hills, back to Maschenbacher up top. Maschenbacher lost it out of bounds, back to Sheyenne, and there's the turnover we were talking about. Now if the Mustangs can get a bucket, they can chip away at that lead even some more here. 3:10 to go. Anderson works it inside. Anderson with a shot from the baseline, an offensive rebound. Prudhomme will get the rebound on the defensive glass. Hills will slow it down in the backcourt, cross the timeline with 2:45 to go. Start our clock here. .235 to go here in the quarter, and now free throws for Brady Savage. Savage puts in the other one. Anderson for Pinu. Long two, straight away won't go from about 17.5 feet. Hills with the rebound, gets it to Maschenbacher over the timeline. Back over to Hills on the far wing. Set up like he was gonna take the shot, and then he'll find his way through defenders and put it up in it instead. Take the high percentage two instead of the medium to low percentage three, and just under 2 minutes to go now, and it's 34-26. Favor the Eagles here in the junior varsity game. Once again, girls varsity will follow. And that one will be followed by boys varsity as Savage grabs another rebound here for Fargo Davies. Maschenbacher gets it back to Savage. Savage almost lost it. He had to come back out and reset, and that's what he'll do. Savage looking for a possible screen here. Now he works the ball in, but it's intercepted. And now a collision will stop the clock with 1:20 to go. Finu, long three on the way from Ben Manson. That one won't go. Chasing down the rebound, and hopefully he's okay there. It was Alex Goodiron who tripped over the Fargo Davies bench there, knocked over about 3 or 4 chairs, and he'll be all right. It looks like he has a smile on his face. You can see it from up here. Fans will clap. Good hustle there. We'll put it that way. An A for effort, and an A for destruction of the bench too, I guess you could say. I've never seen something like that happen in a game where they had chairs on the sideline. I did have a player in a girls basketball game at a state tournament once who crashed into our broadcast station, and I believe that was a Kindred Vikings game, actually. Can't remember who the player was, but I definitely got a close-up of that particular play. Let's put it that way. Carter Whitty, number 33, into the lineup now for Fargo Davies. Had to check the roster on that one. Didn't recognize it. Now Prudhomme will have it. And I think he stepped on the line, or did he? Yep, he did. I'll stop the clock with, well, it's about 33 seconds to go. So we'll let our clock run here, and we'll apologize. And hopefully with that whistle, our clock can catch up to the 25.9 seconds that we're at here. And with the 1-on-1 bonus, we will indeed have a chance to catch our clock up. Mitchell will check out, as will Whitty. Free throws up and in. Second one won't go. Davis will get the rebound and bring it up over the timeline. 18 seconds to go. Davies can hold for the final shot here if they want. Fires it cross court here from Maschenbacher. Back over to Savage. He'll put it up for 3. That one looked good coming out of his hands, but 2 seconds to go. And they will not get the shot off in time. Or if they did, it falls short. So that comes to the end of the first half. Halftime here at Fargo Davies, junior varsity game, 34-27 in favor of Fargo Davies. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this here on the ND Sports Channel.
What does it mean to be in good hands? It means to get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm your area Allstate agent, Fred Hage. Let my team and I give you a free, no obligation, personalized insurance proposal and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Give us a call today at the Allstate Fred Hage Agency or stop by to our new West Fargo location at the intersection of Veterans and 32nd Avenue. Allstate Fred Hage Agency with 3 area locations to better serve you.
Dr. Scott Van Dam provides comprehensive chiropractic and acupuncture health care. He specializes in treating conditions involving the nerves, muscles, and joints in patients from infants to elderly. If he finds your condition is one that cannot be resolved or you're not seeing improvement with treatment, he will get you to a doctor who can. Call Dr. Scott Van Dam at 701-532-5320. Also, visit them online, vandamchiropractic.com, or stop in for a consultation at 1203 28th Street, South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition in South Fargo is your one-stop shop for healthy energy and nutrition. Stop in and try one of the many teas or shakes on the menu. With over 80 different varieties, you are guaranteed to find multiple favorites that will quench your thirst. Also, ask about the different liftoffs. They'll give you that unique and exact extra boost that you need for your day. Visit Challenge Nutrition today, 5050 Timber Parkway, Suite 106 in South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition, nutrition for the win. The Magnitude Sports Media Network is all about bringing your team home when they're on the road and bringing your team to your friends, fans, and family who are on the road. Does your team have a huge road game coming up on the schedule that your fans aren't able to attend? Does your family live in a different part of the country? Consider sponsoring your team. We can show you who's watching the game, the age group, the actual number of viewers, so team up with us to bring your team back to your home television when they're on the road playing. Visit our website, msportsnet.com, or call us at 701-373-1843.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Did you miss any or all of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Over 90% of the games on the Magnitude Sports Media Network are available on demand on our website within a couple hours, so you can watch the game anytime. You can also take advantage of the DVR feature, which puts instant replay instantly into your hands. You can watch a delayed version of this live broadcast, rewatch a big play or score, and then at any time, return to live action simply by clicking live. Now you don't have to miss your son's game-winning goal or your daughter's set-sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Challenge Nutrition in South Fargo is your one-stop shop for healthy energy and nutrition. Stop in and try one of the many teas or shakes on the menu. With over 80 different varieties, you are guaranteed to find multiple favorites that will quench your thirst. Also, ask about the different liftoffs. They'll give you that unique and exact extra boost that you need for your day. Visit Challenge Nutrition today, 5050 Timber Parkway, Suite 106 in South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition, nutrition for the win. Van Dam Chiropractic is dedicated to helping you achieve your health goals and improving your quality of life. Dr. Van Dam provides the most comprehensive chiropractic and acupuncture care. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, work-related injury, car accident, or just getting relief from chronic pain, Dr. Scott Van Dam will get you back on the road to good health. They look forward to serving you at Van Dam Chiropractic. Call them at 532-5320 or visit them online at vandamchiropractic.com.
Sitting here talking to our area Allstate agent, Fred Hage. Fred, insurance is never an easy thing to talk about or understand. What do you and your team do to make this a simpler process?
That's exactly right. Insurance can be complicated and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let my team educate you, protect you, and insure you the way you should be insured. Please give me a call today at 701-356-3665 or stop by one of my 3 area locations to better serve you. Allstate Fred Hage Agency.
All right, welcome back. We're about 4 minutes away from the start of the second half here. Fargo Davies leads 34-27. Some great play from both teams here in this one in the junior varsity action, but Fargo Davies getting a couple extra buckets to kind of helping them out and keeping that lead. Of those couple extra buckets have helped them to keep the lead because due to the fact that they have those couple extra buckets, Sheyenne can't get any closer than like 4 points. So right now they are down 7. And but that could easily evaporate quickly here in the second half. There's no doubt about that. So as Fargo Davies is now coming out of the locker room, you'll see him pop on your screen right now. And like I said, we're about 3.5 minutes away from the start of the second half here. Girls varsity game is coming up between the Fargo Davies Eagles and the Sheyenne Mustangs, and that one's set for approximately a 5:45 tip-off. And then we have the boys game scheduled for a 7:30 p.m. tip-off. We'll have all 3 of those games for you back to back to back right here on the ND Sports Channel and the Magnitude Sports Media Network. We want to say thank you to Challenge Nutrition. Let's try this again. Challenge Nutrition and the Davies family for sponsoring JV basketball here on the ND Sports Channel for Fargo Davies. And as a result of that family and Challenge Nutrition, we will have all but 4 of the JV games. We will not have the ones at Devil's Lake or at Sheyenne, which is because we had scheduled other games because we originally didn't have the varsity games for those 2 that I just mentioned. And then we won't have the game up in Devil's Lake for the same reason because of the NFHS contract. And then we won't have the games against West Fargo or Sheyenne on the road because they're played in a different gym. And we were told by the athletic directors at those 2 schools that it's not possible to set up for a broadcast there. So for that JV game, just because the gym's too small and they're playing in the Ox gyms. And so those are the 4 that we won't have, but we'll have all the rest of the JV games. And speaking of which, we're about 2 minutes away, so we'll take one more time out and come back here with the second half right after this here on the ND Sports Channel. Van Dam Chiropractic is dedicated to helping you achieve your health goals and improving your quality of life. Dr. Van Dam provides the most comprehensive chiropractic and acupuncture care. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, work-related injury, car accident, or just getting relief from chronic pain, Dr. Scott Van Dam will get you back on the road to good health. They look forward to serving you at Van Dam Chiropractic. Call them at 532-5320 or visit them online at vandamchiropractic.com. Challenge Nutrition in South Fargo is your one-stop shop for healthy energy and nutrition. Stop in and try one of the many teas or shakes on the menu. With over 80 different varieties, you are guaranteed to find multiple favorites that will quench your thirst. Also, ask about the different liftoffs. They'll give you that unique and exact extra boost that you need for your day. Visit Challenge Nutrition today, 5050 Timber Parkway, Suite 106 in South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition, nutrition for the win.
Sitting here talking to our area Allstate agent, Fred Hage. Fred, insurance is never an easy thing to talk about or understand. What do you and your team do to make this a simpler process?
That's exactly right. Insurance can be complicated and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let my team educate you, protect you, and insure you the way you should be insured. Please give me a call today at 701-356-3665 or stop by one of my 3 area locations to better serve you. Allstate Fred Hage Agency.
All right, welcome back as we're a few seconds away from the end of halftime here, and 34-17 is the halftime lead for Fargo Davies over the Sheyenne Mustangs. Girls varsity to follow with the boys varsity to follow after that. Had a chance to check out the Fargo Davies varsity, well, actually all the boys, varsity, junior varsity, and the freshmen at a practice last week. And that was really fun. Got to know a few of the players there. Chatted with a handful of the players, and head coach Bart Manson even put me in on as a defensive player in one of their practice drills. And I recorded 2 steals and got my fingertips on a partial steal for another player there. And I will say this: Cameron Van Dam stands 6'7", not so much intimidating from up here in the broadcast booth as it is when you're standing on the court and he's dribbling up to you. He's a pretty tall guy, we'll put it that way. So, all right, well, we're underway now here with the second half of play. We'll get our clock reset. That 3 is up and in. Sheyenne immediately pulls within 4, and like I said a little bit ago, they haven't been able to pull within 4, and it's thanks to those couple buckets. Oh, we are working on that second half graphic there. We're setting our clock up here, so we forgot to do that. Here's a steal. It's Carter Hills. He lays it in. That shot was blocked. Latrell Davis will get it along the near wing here. Now he makes a move to the baseline. Needs a little bit of help. Gets it out to Carter Hills. That's Davis. And the ball was stripped away as he was driving into the lane. And that will stop the clock with 16 and a half. I'm going to make an adjustment on our camera here. Try that, see how that looks. So Savage with the basketball. He'll drive into the paint, spin around, and the ball got stripped away as he was making a move towards the hoop. Mustangs pick up the loose ball. And powering his way to the basket for 2 points there is Jaheim Leak, a 6'8" junior center for the Mustangs. And once again, the Mustangs are within 4, and we talked about that at halftime here. It's been pretty even play here from both teams, but Davies has been able to get a couple extra buckets. And it's that 2-bucket comfort zone that they have right now, 2-bucket comfort level, I should say. And now Savage will go to the line. He's been shooting pretty well from the free throw line in this game, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he makes at least 1 of 2 here, if not 2 of 2. And so far, so good. Halfway there to the prediction. And he will miss the second one. Clock will restart, 15:45 and counting. And a steal. Carter Hills picks up the ball. Gets it to Savageo. Savageo will back up in between the circles here. Hills up top for Prudhomme. Prudhomme over to Davis. Catch and shoot 3. Off the front of the rim, won't go. Rebound gets into the hands there of number 40. I don't have a number 40 on my roster for Sheyenne. Oh, it's 41. That's why. It's Jaheim Leak. Davis. And that one will be poked away, and it'll remain with Davies. So Maschenbacher will trigger the inbounds pass. Savage goes back to the locker room. May have had some blood on his jersey or something. We'll get that cleaned up. Tried to get it into Davis there, and it was tipped out of bounds, I believe, by a Mustang. It'll stay with Davies, and that appears to be the case. Up top for Davis. And now that's Hills. Hills being guarded there by Anderson. Now Maschenbacher, 4-on-4, and Maschenbacher will get it out to number 5, Davis. Davis spins around, drives to the hoop and powers it in. Nice move there, nice A+ for effort. The normal saying there is A for effort. We're going with A+ for effort on that one. Gonna be a foul underneath on Prudhomme. We'll let our clock run down to 14:24 if at all possible. And he makes the first one. 39-33, a 6-point game. And that one will fall in. And that was perfect timing there on the clock. Nice. And a near steal, and he can't save it from going out of bounds, so it'll remain Fargo Davies basketball. Official had to chase the ball almost out into the concession area here. Inbounds pass finds its way into the hands of Latrell Davis. 14-13 and counting to go. Here's Davis, gets around the defender in the backcourt and goes to the hoop. Yeah, I had to look at the replay there. It looked like the defender was inside the circle. Should have been a defensive foul if that was the case, but maybe he was just outside the circle. So in that case, it will indeed be a Fargo Davies foul. 14 minutes to go here in counting. That was Leak. Got his own rebound. Hands it off there for Gage Anderson. Anderson off the glass. And that one will not go, but he will go to the line to try and get those 2 points the hard way. It's 39-34 apparently, or is there a discrepancy on our scoreboard here? Or maybe the last point just didn't record when we pushed the button, one of the two. So both teams have 2 fouls now. Maschenbacher for 3. That one dribbles in. Anderson at the free throw line. Now he backs up, top of the key. Fires it near wing into the hands of Lambert. Lambert gets it back to Leak. Back the other way, now comes Savage. Substitution pending at the next break here, and now we have a whistle that'll stop the clock, and looks like Leak and Ryan Drummond, the officials said, hey, settle down a little bit. Drummond will go out. Latrell Davis will come in. Maschenbacher will fire the inbounds pass, and it's intercepted. is intercepted by Brady Lambert. Lambert will give it to Anderson. Anderson back to Lambert. Lambert works it inside for Leak. Leak lost it off his foot. Lambert picked it up, got it back to Gage Anderson. 17 to shoot on the shot clock. Anderson still with the ball. Now he puts it to the floor. Drives down towards the baseline. Outside for corner three. A little short. May have been blocked on the way, and Maschenbacher may have gotten a hand on that one. Not 100% sure. Corner, Savage, 3. Yes! 45-35, the biggest lead of the game here. 10 points for Davies. Three on the way. That one will not go. Leak with the rebound underneath, and the follow-up shot's up and in. Nice shot there by the junior, Jaheim Leak. Now Maschenbacher brings it over the timeline. Maschenbacher gets it to Hills, and we have a traveling call. Anderson crosses the timeline, works the ball to the high post for the shot. Off the front of the rim, won't go. Battle for the rebound, ends up in the hands of Maschenbacher. Maschenbacher with the bounce pass up to Savage, and he lost it out of bounds, and that'll be turned over back to the Mustangs. So that 10-point lead is dropped to 8. Now the Mustangs will get the ball back and have a chance to pull it to 6 or 5 here on this possession. And that 6 and 5 is kind of where the Mustangs have been sitting. And it's going to be a 5-point deficit now after that triple out of the hands of Michael Nile. .56 to go here in the second half. And substitutions for Sheyenne. And now a timeout on the floor. So we'll let our clock tick down to 10:56. All right, and then we'll take a timeout. Challenge Nutrition in South Fargo is your one-stop shop for healthy energy and nutrition. Stop in and try one of the many teas or shakes on the menu. With over 80 different varieties, you are guaranteed to find multiple favorites that will quench your thirst. Also, ask about the different liftoffs. They'll give you that unique and exact extra boost that you need for your day. Visit Challenge Nutrition today, 5050 Timber Parkway, Suite 106 in South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition, nutrition for the win. All right, welcome back. 10:56 to go, and it's a 5-point game here as the Mustangs have chipped away at what was a 45-35 point lead for the Eagles. 10 points, the biggest lead that the Eagles have had in this game. Prior to that, an 8-point lead, and then prior to that, they had between a 4 and a 6-point lead for pretty much the entire game so far. But the Mustangs hanging around, and that could be bad news for Fargo Davies if they don't start connecting on more shots here to keep their lead where it's at. .44 remaining here in the second half of play. Sorry, I said second quarter. It says halftime there. Let's get it to second half. Sorry about that. That one's off the mark. Rebound by Davis. Davis gets it out here for Maschenbacher. Maschenbacher will reset as he dribbles up top. Under the hands of Hills. Hills out for Savage. Savage back to Maschenbacher. He'll tee it up for 3. Had a nice arc on it, but it bounced off the rim wrong. And the Mustangs get the rebound, and the ball's tipped into the hands of Savage. Turnover Mustangs. Now Davis has it over on the far wing. 10-15 and counting to go here, as Maschenbacher will take it down the near side of the lane. Hills back out to Maschenbacher. Maschenbacher dribbles up high post. Fadeaway jumper won't go. Ball's tipped, and the Mustangs pull down the rebound there. That was Dominic Dossman who had the rebound, number 20 there for the Mustangs. And now Ben Manson loses it. Gets it to Latrell Davis. Lost it off the back of his foot. Loose ball's picked up there by Mike O'Neill. It's Hayden Seville, number 12 there for the Mustangs. And Seville has it over on the far side. Seville with a bounce pass into the hands of Manson. Manson pushes into the corner here for Aiden James. And that three is blocked. They get it to Davis, and here it comes. He jams it down. 48-40. One-handed slam there by Latrell Davis. 9:15 counting to go here. And now a long three in response will fall in. Back to a 5-point game here with 9 minutes to go. Davis, who had the dunk, will now try a three. No, that one rolls off the front of the rim and off into the hands there of Alex Goodiron. Goodiron, good to see him out on the floor there, as he had he hustled for a ball that was going out of bounds and knocked over about 4 chairs on the Davies bench back earlier. I believe that was late in the first half, if I remember correctly. Now it's a 3-point game with 8:33 and counting to go. Savageau backs up his defender, gets it to Davis, hands it off there for Hills with a bounce pass to Prudhomme. Blocked there by Alex Goodiron, and now the three on the way. That one looked like it might have a chance to drop in. Goodiron will get the rebound once again, and now we have a whistle, and that will stop the clock with 8:10 to go. And it looks like we have another timeout on the floor. So we'll take a timeout as well. Once again, coverage brought to you by Challenge Nutrition and Davies Parents here on the ND Sports Channel. Challenge Nutrition in South Fargo is your one-stop shop for healthy energy and nutrition. Stop in and try one of the many teas or shakes on the menu. With over 80 different varieties, you are guaranteed to find multiple favorites that will quench your thirst. Also, ask about the different liftoffs. They'll give you that unique and exact extra boost that you need for your day. Visit Challenge Nutrition today, 5050 Timber Parkway, Suite 106 in South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition, nutrition for the win. $8:11 to go here in the second half. Let's add 2 more ticks to our clock there. The ticks have been added, but they won't show until we hit start on the clock, I guess. There we go, now it shows up. 3-point game, 48-45. Latrell Davis with a one-handed slam just about a couple minutes ago. Matter of fact, a minute ago. A couple minutes in real time, about a minute ago in basketball game time. The Mustangs will get the ball here. Goodiron has the basketball over the timeline here for the Mustangs. Pops it into the hands there of Ben Manson. Manson dribbles up, and he tried to get at his teammate, but his teammate slipped on the floor, and that'll be a turnover and out of bounds. Back to Fargo Davies. I believe that Zach Mitzel triggered the inbounds pass. Get into the hands there of, I keep forgetting who 32 is. That's Javin Bischoff. Shot up, no good. Chance for the Mustangs to tie here, or at least pull within 1. That whistle will stop the clock with 7:40. We'll let our clock continue to tick here. 7:40 to go here. Triggering the inbounds pass here for the Mustangs will be Aiden James. So our clock's about 10 seconds off right now. 7:30 to go here, and the three is on the way. In! Ben Manson with the triple from the far wing for the Mustangs, and we're tied at 48. 7:17 to go. Davis gets the ball back, and there will be a whistle and a foul. 7:12 to go. We'll let our clock tick down to that 7:12 mark. Mustangs actually have 5 team fouls. And we thought we hit start on the clock, but the button didn't start it when we hit it. That's Zach Mitzel with the bucket. That's Good Iron. Now a long three on the way, off the front of the iron. Good Iron will get the rebound, no pun intended. And traveling call will stop the clock with 6:34 to go here in the second half of play. Davis will tee it up for three. Looks good, and it is good. That gives the Mustangs. Ooh, I thought his foot was out of bounds there. That gives the Eagles an extended lead there. 53-48, back to a 5-point lead after Sheyenne tied it at 48. Down inside, Prudhomme will get called for the reach-in fouls. He tried to swat it away from Good Iron, and that'll stop the clock with 5:56 to go here in the second half. Inbounds from the baseline. Comes in near side here for Ben Manson. Now Manson gets it to Anderson. Anderson will fire it over far side there for, that's Brady Lambert. Anderson gets the ball back. Three is on the way, that's Leak. And that one's off the rim, won't go. Rebound pulled down there by Carter Whitty. Five and a half to go here. As Davis cuts in, gets it out to Whitty, and the baseline jumper's up and in. Give the assist to Latrell Davis there, and Whitty will knock down the jumper from the baseline. 55-48. That's a 7-0 run here for Fargo Davies. They'll work it inside there for Leak. Leak chased it down into the corner. Now he needs a little bit of help. Works inside Manson. Lost it off his knee out of bounds. Wasn't sure there if it was touched by Fargo Davies or not, but it apparently was not. 5:03 to go here in the second half. Savage with the basketball, cuts into the lane, lost it. I think he tried to pass it to Mitchell in the corner, but it may have been one of the Mustangs who got their hand on it, and that deflected the pass in a different direction, allowing the Mustangs to get the ball back on the turnover. Work it down low. That is Pinu, I believe. Nope, check that, Michael Niall. Savage spins to the hoop, won't go. Whitty gets the rebound, gets out to Mitzel up top for Davis. Davis will back up high on the near side, and the Eagles will reset. 4 minutes to go here in this one. And that's a steal there by Gage Anderson. Anderson one-on-one to the hoop. Can't get it to go, but he will draw the foul, and he'll have to get those 2 points the hard way from the free throw line. And like I said a moment ago, it's a 7-0 run for Fargo Davies, and we'll see if Gage Anderson can put an end to that 7-0 run here from the free throw line with 3:53 to go in the 3:55, I should say. Anderson's free throw is in. So 7-0 run comes to an end, and the Mustangs are on a 1-0 run now, 55-49. Carter Hills and Ian Moschenbacher checking back in. Also in the lineup for Davies is Brady Savage, Jacob Prudhomme, and Latrell Davis. And Anderson's second free throw will not drop in, but it's tipped in on the rebound. Put the points on the wrong side there. 55-51 is our score. (55-51). Savageau near side, works up top there, back to Savageau. Savageau maybe thought about the three, didn't pull the trigger. Now works it to Davis on the baseline. He goes up to the hoop and lays it in. Now the Eagles can have those 2 points back, 57-51. Savageau for three, got it! That stops the clock with 3:11 to go here. And a timeout on the floor. Back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel. Challenge Nutrition in South Fargo is your one-stop shop for healthy energy and nutrition. Stop in and try one of the many teas or shakes on the menu. With over 80 different varieties, you're guaranteed to find multiple favorites that will quench your thirst. Also, ask about the different liftoffs. They'll give you that unique and exact extra boost that you need for your day. Visit Challenge Nutrition today, 5050 Timber Parkway, Suite 106 in South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition, nutrition for the win. All right, 3:11 to go here, 60-51 in favor of the Eagles. Down low, Leak gets it up and in. 60-53, 7-point lead here for Fargo Davies. Pressure in the backcourt by Gage Anderson. Davis trying to get around him. And a wrestling match for it on the floor, and a jump ball, and that jump ball will favor Fargo Davies. Savageau finds his way through defenders, and he'll draw the foul. Stops the clock with 2:33 to go here in the second half. Free throws up and in. 61-53, 2:33 to go here. And that one will not go. Gage Anderson will bring it back here for the Mustangs on the near wing. I believe that's Leak. Let me double check the roster here. No, it's Michael Nile. Nile has the blue shoes. I'll remember that. Here's Gage Anderson. That is Leak. Leak with the green shoes puts it up and in. So Leak has the green shoes and Nile has the blue shoes. Free throws off the mark. 2 minutes to go. Gage Anderson. Nile works it into the hands there of, that three is off the mark there. It was Gage Anderson. Couldn't see the jersey number right away. Now Davis brings it back, and a whistle stops the clock with 1:37 to go. And it looks like it's an official's timeout on the floor. So we'll take a timeout as well. Back in a moment. Challenge Nutrition in South Fargo is your one-stop shop for healthy energy and nutrition. Stop in and try one of the many teas or shakes on the menu. With over 80 different varieties, you're guaranteed to find multiple favorites that will quench your thirst. Also, ask about the different liftoffs. They'll give you that unique and exact extra boost that you need for your day. Visit Challenge Nutrition today, 5050 Timber Parkway, Suite 106 in South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition, nutrition for the win. .129 now, the clock is stopped. Free throws up and in. And that one's up and in as well. 63-55. Anderson with the basketball up top. Now he drives down the far side of the lane, kicks it out into the corner, and they'll work it back inside. Anderson, a little too strong, into the hands of Savage. Minute 7 remaining here, and back to the free throw line. Davis makes the third throw. 63-55, or 64-55, excuse me. And he'll make the second one. 10-point lead again for the Eagles. It's the third time they've had a 10-point lead. And a slam dunk with a little bit of hang time there from Jaheim Leak. And our clock will tick down to 47 seconds here, because that's where we're at. We have another foul. So 10 team fouls, double bonus for Fargo Davies for the remainder of the game. And first free throw there by Hills is missed. And that one's in. 66-57, 9-point lead. Leak, jumper, short, underneath and one. I'll stop the clock with 38 seconds to go. 66-59, and a chance to make it a two-possession game here if he can make the free throw. At the line is Ben Manson, a 6'1" junior guard. That one will pop in, and a timeout immediately. We'll take a timeout as well. 66-60. Mustangs need 2 threes in 38 seconds, or 3 twos in 38 seconds, or any combination to make 6, and we'll see if they can do that out of the timeout. Challenge Nutrition in South Fargo is your one-stop shop for healthy energy and nutrition. Stop in and try one of the many teas or shakes on the menu. With over 80 different varieties, you're guaranteed to find multiple favorites that will quench your thirst. Also, ask about the different liftoffs. They'll give you that unique and exact extra boost that you need for your day. Visit Challenge Nutrition today, 5050 Timber Parkway, Suite 106 in South Fargo. Challenge Nutrition, nutrition for the win. All right, out of the timeout here. Savage collects the pass up court. 19 on the shot clock here, so the Mustangs will at least get it back one more time. And I'll stop the clock with 24.7 seconds. That free throw could very well seal it, pending a couple quick turnarounds here. And that one's missed. 19 seconds to go. Anderson for 3. Got it! Down by 4, and a foul. Stop the clock with 10 seconds. Ten seconds and not 8, just a FYI. As Maschenbacher makes the three or the point. It's a 5-point game now, 68-63. And that one's missed. 8 seconds, and it's stolen. And a loose ball will eventually go into the hands of Maschenbacher, but was he out of bounds? That's the question. 2 seconds to go here, and a timeout on the floor, so we'll go ahead and put 2 more ticks on our clock there. We'll keep it right here, 2.4. My clock doesn't have the ability to have the point seconds on there. So just an FYI, 2.4, not that it's a huge difference. (68-63). If they were to get fouled on a three-pointer, it'd make it 68-66 if they missed the free throw on that foul and were able to put in a quick rebound for two. That would tie the game. That's what would have to happen here to send this one into overtime. Not necessarily impossible, but difficult, yes. Especially when Davies has the ball to start with here. They're going to have to foul instantly. Or it's just very, very unlikely right now. Let's just put it that way. And will they call the foul? They'll wave it off. It is a foul on West Fargo Sheyenne, but that will be your final score. We won't have a post game, but we will be back here. 68-63 in favor of Fargo Davies in the JV game. We'll go off air. We'll get things set up for the girls varsity game, which is coming up in about 20-25 minutes at approximately, it's scheduled for 5:45. Might be closer to 6 o'clock here for a tip-off for the girls varsity game here on the ND Sports Channel. We'll talk to you soon in a few minutes.